This Super Bowl, guys. Talked about it with Logan a little bit yesterday. Not only do you get a ring, but narratives also come with you winning Super Bowls. You get put into conversations whenever you get Super Bowls. So let me know, guys, who has the most to gain from this Super Bowl? Real, you up first.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna tell you what I was saying too much. I know this is your team. I know you want to get in depth with it. So it's easy. I say the Patriots have the most to gain from this. I just want to say their quarterback is still on a rookie contract. I feel like they haven't even made as many moves as they should have made. So and you got to think Mike Vrabel is this is his first year there. So they're still just a really really young team, and they got a long way to go. So I'm gonna hand the floor over to Jerrick because I know Jay Bess got a lot to say about the Patriots.
All right, Jared, who has the most to gain from the Super Bowl? Super Bowl win,
Uh,
sorry.
I'm gonna say the Seahawks. I'm gonna say specifically Sam Darnold. We're gonna go with the fact that like y'all agreed on this show last week. Y'all still think that he's a fraud. Y'all still think that he hasn't done enough to
Fraud
get his
alert.
name.
Fraud alert.
Y'all think he's a fraud, and y'all don't think he
Fraud
is.
alert.
The disrespect is still there. Is my point.
I think
And
he's a fraud.
see, I know real things is a fraud. The disrespect is still there, and for this guy to be, like we said, in a draft class with Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, two of those guys that have won MVPs in this league, two of those guys that we think are unanimously top three in this league, and the fact that he is the only quarterback from that class to make it to the Super Bowl. If he wins this game, like the fact he's still getting disrespected and people are still doubting him, I feel like he's just continuing to prove the doubters wrong. They said that after the San Francisco win, he didn't do anything. All he did was hand the ball off. It was a great game by the defense and great rushing performance by Kenneth Walker. Rams game, he came out there and he won the game. He came out there, he went toe to toe with Matthew Stafford. So it would just be the icing on the cake for an absolute and like a Cinderella run isn't even the word to describe it because I mean they were the number one seed. They were, but for him personally, this is his own Cinderella run to go from being like we said the laughing stock of the league when you were in the Jets to be the backup in Carolina. Like the path that he's taken in his career, going to the Vikings, having a great year with the Vikings actually, and the Vikings said, you're dismissed. We're gonna take somebody else. You took the Vikings to the playoffs. You had a great year. You gave Justin Jefferson a great season, and now it's like, okay, we're just gonna like get rid of you. We're gonna go with JJ McCarthy and hope that he's good to go in the future. So it's the fact that people keep doubting him. The Vikings wrote him off, and the Seahawks gave him a chance, an opportunity, and a lifeline, honestly. And they believe that he's their franchise guy. They have him signed to a long-term contract. Like they didn't give him a one-year deal. They believe that he can be the guy for this franchise, and he's proven them right so far. Got them to the number one seed, got them to the Super Bowl. So it would just be the icing on the cake to his story for him to go ahead and win the Super Bowl.
Jared, I agree with everything you just said. For Sam Darnold, this is huge, right? I asked y'all last week if he wins Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, will he be put in top 10 conversations? That's how I'm looking at this right now. So I'm going to up you one, and I'm gonna talk about Drake May because I feel like if Drake May wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to come on this show and I will have top five conversations with y'all. I don't get. I don't care. I will have top five conversations. Why not? Why not? I told Logan yesterday. Why are we holding this spot in the top five for Joe Burrow, who has not been in the playoffs in some years now? We're still living off of that Super Bowl run he had 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Like when are we gonna let it go? When are we going to talk about what have you done for me lately? He has not been in the playoffs. This guy, second year after playing for a four-win team, gave them 14 wins. Also beat Josh Allen, who's arguably the best QB in the league for the division. Also went through the hardest schedule in playoff history. He's the only playoff quarterback to ever beat three top five defenses in a single run. And if he goes to win Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, mind you, he's second team All Pro and he's in an MVP race. Why can't I put him in the top five? I don't understand. I would take that this season that he's having. You can argue it's better than Joe Burrow's best year. If he wins the, mind you, this is winning the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP. Not right now, not today. If he wins the Super Bowl and wins Super Bowl MVP, why can't we have a conversation? Because with Lamar Jackson, what y'all gonna say? He got two MVPs, right? So y'all not gonna put him over Lamar. Y'all gonna say with Josh Allen, he has an MVP and he's been on top of things for a while, right? So y'all gonna say that with Mahomes, he got MVPs, Super Bowl MVPs, and Super Bowl. So you can't really argue him over Mahomes. Why can't I argue more with Joe Burrow? I don't know, Jerrick. Why can't I argue with Joe Burrow? Explain. I saw the face you made.
I feel like nobody would even give this argument because of there's a difference between. Don't get me wrong, Drake May's played great football and he's looked very, very good. But like you said, we're living in the past. But just for example, compare their 2 Super Bowl runs. It looks so different. Like the games, the way they're playing, it looks different. Like, yes, Drake May's still playing good football against the best defense in the league. He threw 3 passing touchdowns, but people are still going to say that the talent difference between Joe Burrow and Drake May is just significant, and people are going to say that Joe Burrow is just on another level. I mean, it's not. When you broke it down, I see what you're saying, but I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say top 5 yet. I just can't. Because if you're saying that, then wouldn't that be saying if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, now he's top 5?
No, top 10.
How can Drake May be? How can Drake May be top 5 off of winning a Super Bowl, and Sam Darnold can't be top 5 after winning a Super Bowl? What's the difference?
Because Drake May can also win league MVP. Sam Darnold is not on MVP conversations.
He's
Drake
not.
May is also
Sam Darnold's had 2 great seasons back to back. 2 phenomenal seasons back to back.
Once again, Drake May. First of all, it is just asinine to try and put Sam Darnold in the top 5. That is crazy.
I think it's the same thing, and you're just saying that because of his name, because it's Sam Darnold. But when you look at his past 2 years' body of work and taking this team to be the number 1 seed and winning a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP, how is that not? So you would say in an argument you're still going to put Drake May over him if he wins the Super Bowl MVP?
Yes.
How?
Over Sam?
How?
Is he not in the MVP race? What part do you not understand?
Yes, he's in the MVP race. That's fine. But let's just say he doesn't win the MVP and he loses to Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl. You're still going to put him over the Super Bowl MVP of this year?
Actually, no. No.
Thank you.
I'll give you an argument. No.
You can't.
No, I won't.
You can't.
I won't.
So,
but this conversation is that Drake May wins.
Yes, and that's why I said
only one of them can win.
Based off of you saying that Sam Darnold would be basically top 5 after this, I can see what you're saying.
No, not top 5. I can't.
Once again, like I said,
Drake May is better than him. Period. There's no debate. He's better than Sam Darnold. Don't do that. No, there's no thinking about it. If I can easily say that he's just better than you, no, you're not.
Okay, but you can't say Drake May is better than Joe Burrow.
Why not? Yeah, I'm gonna use the argument that everybody want to use. Y'all talk about how switch teams, right? Who is Drake May throwing the ball to? Who has Joe Burrow been throwing the ball to since day 1? Who has Joe Burrow had by his side since day 1? Jamar and T. Higgins. I've never seen Joe Burrow without Jamar and T. Higgins. Never. Drake May is doing this with a bunch of average receivers. Period, point blank. So everybody want to say somebody. Logan said yesterday, put Drake May on the bench. Put Joe Burrow on the Patriots. Is the same thing happening? I don't know. Joe Burrow's had a top 5 receiver his whole career. I don't know what he do without Jamar Chase. Put Drake May with Jamar and T. Higgins, and let's see what happens. Let's see those results. So it goes both ways. Real. Would I have an argument for Drake to be top 5 if he wins Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP? I'm not talking about today. This is assuming he wins Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely have an argument, but somebody like me, I wouldn't even hear it out just because, like, you have an argument, a strong argument, but somebody like me just wouldn't hear it out because I just got to see it 2 years consistently. I feel like these players are just too young to say that like they're top 5, you know. So I don't give anybody any position, no matter how good you were your rookie year, because like Drake May didn't have that good of a rookie year. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see it for 2 years consistently. Then to say, like, I wouldn't even give Jaden Daniels, like, you didn't hear me say Jaden Daniels was top 5, you know? I got to see.
We were saying he was knocking on the door.
Hey, potentially, and just like I said, potentially, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May, they all have potential to be the best quarterbacks in the league. But I'm just saying, so you have like Jerrick even making an argument with you, he's tripping. But I'm saying you have a strong case. So I'm just saying somebody like me wouldn't hear it out because I just got to see it consistently.
So after C.J. Stroud's rookie year and after Jaden Daniels' rookie year, did we? No. Did we not sit back and say that they're knocking on top 5 just because of what they did the first year? They can only get better from here. So we're already putting them in dang near top 10 conversations because they took the worst 2 teams in the league because CJ Stroud was the second pick and Jaden Daniels was the second pick. They took those bad teams to the playoffs. Jaden Daniels went to the NFC Championship. And we were saying, oh, they outside the top 5, at least top 10 for sure. After their first year, I know we was having those conversations. So if we can have that conversation for them, then once again, it's not just because with Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud, we're just looking at how far they took them in the playoffs. Drake May is an MVP finalist. They were not MVP finalists. Drake May is second team All Pro. They was not first team or second team All Pro. Drake May would have then went to the Super Bowl. CJ lost in the divisional round, and Jaden lost in the NFC Championship. And then Drake will win the Super Bowl and win Super Bowl MVP. And if we can argue they are dang near in the top 5 or close to it, then I can definitely argue that he's in the top 5. Jerrick, I know when CJ Stroud came in the first year, you were saying that he top 10 for sure. Don't tell me you wasn't.
Top 10, yes, of course. After
okay, so if you can argue top 10,
top 10,
if you can argue top 10, and he had a just looking at the 2 seasons, his season is clearly worse. It's clearly worse than Drake May's. And again, it was rookie year, but Drake May didn't play the whole year. Sorry?
Is that a definite fact?
Is it a fact?
That CJ Stroud's rookie year is way worse than Drake May's year this year?
What I'm lost. Are we forgetting what this regular season looked like? Did the Texans have 14 wins? Did the Commanders have 14 wins?
No.
I'm confused. I feel like everybody's forgetting about this season. Like, we're only looking at the past 3 games. Nobody's remembering that this year they was putting belt on everybody. Talk about the schedule all you want to.
Exactly. I was going to say, you can't say that because then people are going to bring up their strength of schedule.
Which you can't do. There was a 4-win team last year. This was a 4-win team. How can we bring up a schedule for a 4-win team? That makes no sense. I just cannot buy it.
Bess. I feel you. We just got to backtrack just a little bit, though, okay? Just a little bit. So, I just like I said, I feel your argument. Top 5. I feel your argument. But we just got to see it consistently. So, Joe Burrow, we've seen that guy be consistently elite for 5+ years, you know? Lamar Jackson, we've seen that guy be elite for 5+ years. Josh Allen, 5+ years. Patrick Mahomes, 5+ years. Jerrick, help me out on the 5th one.
I feel like people are gonna say either
you gotta give me one, or he gonna say Drake May. You gotta give me one.
People gonna say Jalen.
Either Stafford or Hurts. What they gonna say?
Oh, gotta be Stafford.
Oh yeah, Stafford for sure.
I'm
Stafford for sure, and Stafford might win the MVP this year.
So J Bess, are you gonna put Drake May over Jay Hurts?
He win the Super Bowl this year and Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I have Jay Hurts in my top 5. Y'all don't. Y'all don't have me on top 5.
Oh, so who are you trying to take him out? Were you trying to take him out for Joe Burrow?
I told you I'm taking out Joe Burrow.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Joe Burrow did this for 5+ years consistently. Like elite quarterback play. Like, oh, that guy, like, oh, circle Joe Burrow on the game plan. Like,
mind you, the only reason he didn't win MVP last year is because they missed the playoffs.
Hey, don't even say that like that because he just had a 4-win team. So chill.
Exactly. Drake May had a 4-win team last year. Once again, my top 5 after if he wins Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP will be in my order will be Mahomes, Allen, Hurts. I'm gonna keep Lamar in there and I'm putting Drake at 5. I'm sorry. I feel like with Joe Burrow, once again, it's nostalgia right now. It's nostalgia. And once you get back to the playoffs, once you make another little run, then cool, talk to me. But one thing about me is I'm a big QB wins guy. And if Drake May can do this in year 2, he'll be the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, by the way. He will break that record because Big Ben has the record right now. He will be the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, period. So I have to give him credit. Go ahead.
You got Drake May over Stafford, though.
Yep. Because this thing, too.
Wow.
I'm looking at who he's doing it with. Who is he doing it with? The year Stafford went to the Super Bowl, that was a super team. That was a super team. This year, he has Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Who is Drake May doing it with, guys? That's another thing why I'm definitely arguing top 5. Because he's doing it with these Kayshon Boutte, Mac Hollins, Kyle Williams, Hunter Henry, Stephon Diggs, who I call a part-time elite receiver. That's what he is. He's part-time. He's not full-time. He's a part-time elite receiver. Look at Drake May.
So if he wins the Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, This puts him on the level of Josh Allen.
He's in that top 5 conversation. I didn't say he's over. See, that's what you get me wrong. I said he's
No,
5 on the list.
because that's the only other
He's
guy.
5.
Since you want to go by not having receivers, not having the supporting cast, that's the only other guy in the top 5 whose supporting cast isn't good.
Josh had prime Stephon Diggs. Josh had prime Stephon Diggs. Once upon a time. It's not just recent.
And then he won his Super Bowl when he didn't have prime Stephon Diggs. When Stephon Diggs was gone. Josh Allen. He's looked better since losing Stephon Diggs.
Okay. And your better has done what for you? How far have you got in the playoffs? The moral of the story is, guys, we cannot sit here and dog Lamar and dog Josh Allen for not getting to the big game. Then when a guy comes in with a worse team than what they have, on paper, I'm taking the Bills and I'm taking the on paper, just strictly on paper. Going into this year, we took the Ravens and Bills over the Patriots by far. It wasn't even a debate. Nobody was debating the Patriots roster is good. So he came in his second year, took a worse roster to the Super Bowl, somewhere where Josh Allen and Lamar just can't get there. And I can't give the man the proper credit for it. It's like we just saying, hey, he won a Super Bowl MVP. Hey, okay, cool, congratulations. Like, no, we're gonna pop bottles, we're gonna celebrate. He's top 5. He's doing what Joe Burrow could not do. Joe Burrow got there and couldn't get the job done. So we're saying,
but you just said Joe Burrow when he's a super team. We're knocking Joe Burrow for losing to
So what's your point?
He lost by 3
points.
Point? You had I'm just saying.
Okay, cool. You lost by 3 points.
Hey, that was a super team.
We don't give you no participation award.
Hey, Jerrick, I'm glad you just said that.
That was definitely a super team. That was definitely a super team, and I'm giving him credit for that run. But that was
because that's your knock against Matthew Stafford is that he had a super team, right?
Joe Burrow did the same thing in year 2. So, come on, he did the same exact thing in year 2.
Okay. But this argument is if Drake May wins the Super Bowl and wins Super Bowl MVP, Joe Burrow did not. And you can argue, you think this team better than the Bengals team was?
Nah.
This Patriots team?
It's better than the Bengals team.
I say it's what's what because this Patriots defense is better than that Bengals defense.
They both did the same exact
thing. But that offense is way better than this offense.
They're both top 10.
That was Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Who was Drake? Once again, Drake may got Ramondre Stevenson.
So those three pass touchdowns against the Texans, that was just all Drake May. That's just all Drake May. Nobody else did anything else.
Wait, what was? Sorry, say it again.
What was? Touchdowns against the Texans, that was all Drake May. Nobody else.
Was the ball placement not A1?
Did they not finish the catches? Did they not complete the plays? Did they not make the plays? You discredited his receiving core a little bit too much, in my opinion. A little bit too much.
No. In comparison to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase is what I'm comparing it to. I'm not saying like in general. Let's keep it a buck. They're all like that. A receiving core. You would take about 10 receiving cores in the league over this receiving core. I would argue that.
Yes, you probably
about 10 of them. Okay, so with the T. Higgins and Jamar Chase crew, which is who I'm comparing it to, they're a top 2, top 3 receiving core, and that's what Joe Burrow had compared to what Drake May. What I'm saying is Drake May is taking less to the Super Bowl, and if he wins it, I think that's where y'all kind of losing me there. If he wins it and gets the job done, wins Super Bowl MVP, then I will come back and say this. This is not about. It's not right now. It's not today.
I just can't. I can't.
Okay, that's cool. And I tell you what, we're gonna have this conversation again because it's gonna happen, and we're gonna have this conversation again. So it's cool. So it's just fine. All right, let's go ahead and move on, y'all. Because we wasted time on this. Move on. So our Super Bowl X Factors. Okay, so every Super Bowl, there's players or there's a unit like an O-line, D-line, whatever you want to call it, that has a big impact on the game. We're about to tell y'all who we think has to have the biggest impact for their teams to win. So we're both going to give y'all one X factor for both sides, for the Seahawks and for the Patriots. Rell, you up first. Who is the X factors for the Seahawks and the Patriots?
Yes, sir. My X factor for the Patriots is obviously Christian Gonzalez. I feel like Christian Gonzalez has the ability to take a player completely out of the game plan. He has the ability to take a player completely off the field. And that's what he's going to have to do against JSN. Nobody's been able to stop JSN all year. You got to do that in the biggest game all year. So I feel like in order for them to win this game, he has to be able to shut him down. And Christian Gonzalez been shutting down every receiver he played in the playoffs. Cortland Sutton in the AFC Championship game. All of the Texans receivers, he was just sitting on them. So yeah, I got Christian Gonzalez being the X factor for sure, for sure. Then looking at the X factor for the Seahawks, the X factor will 100% be Sam Darnold. It's two good defenses going against each other, two really good head coaches, two really good offensive coordinators. The difference of this game is going to come down to the quarterbacks. Sam Darnold versus Drake May. 9 times out of 10, they're going to make Sam Darnold beat them. And I just feel like in order for the Seahawks to win the game, you know the defense is going to come to play. You know the run game is going to come to play. Will Sam Darnold come to play? Because you're going to have to make big throws, and this is going to be the best defense you played all playoffs.
I agree, 100%. Jared, who's the biggest X factors for Super Bowl Sunday?
So going with the Patriots, I feel like the biggest X factor has to be Stephon Diggs. We talked about it earlier, how this receiving core doesn't offer much, and it's especially going against this defense that they're going against. Like, yes, they've gone against good defenses the whole entire playoffs, but it's the Super Bowl, and this defense is like, it's looking very, very good. It's looking very scary. I mean, of course, the defense did show a little bit of a weakness against the Rams, but that was going against Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Like, those are two great receivers that we know. So I think that Stephon Diggs has to be big in this game. Like, this is why they signed him for this moment right here. You're the veteran in the room. You have that experience, not necessarily Super Bowl experience, but you've gone on deep runs in the playoffs before. You've seen some of the best defenses in the league before. So you have to be able to help out Drake May, because I guarantee you that pressure is going to get there. And Patriots don't really have a strong run game to rely on to try and make things easier for Drake May. So Drake May is going to have to drop back a lot and throw the ball. So for Stephon Diggs, you got to get open. You have to make strong catches like you did in some of these playoff games. And you just have to be available for your wide receiver, for your quarterback. And you have to be able to let your quarterback know, hey, come my way. Like look, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be open. You have to make him comfortable in this Super Bowl game for him being so young. And then on the Seahawks side of it, I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker in that run game. The way that they've succeeded this entire playoffs is making Sam Darnold comfortable. Even in the Rams game, they still had that threat of the run. And you have to make Sam Darnold comfortable in this game. Yes, I know Sam Darnold's playing great. He's looking great. But people still have those questions on, is he going to fold in the big moment? How do we just not even let that be an option? Make him comfortable. You need to make things easier for Sam Darnold, especially going against his Patriots team, because if this run game can't get going, the Patriots have the sixth. They're sixth when it comes to rushing yards allowed. Sixth. Like, they're that good when it comes to rushing defense. So you have to be able to have that threat of the run game, because if they just completely shut down your run game, now they're not even going to be – now they're not stacking the box. They're dropping back a lot of people, and that's forcing Sam Darnold to have to do extra work. Now, I'm not saying Sam Darnold can do extra work, but just to be completely on the safe side, to be able to allow him to have the games that he's had in the past 2 weeks, go ahead and let him be comfortable. And that starts with Kenneth Walker in the run game.
All right, I like both of y'all's picks. For me, with the Patriots, I want to say Josh McDaniels, but it doesn't matter if the O-line doesn't hold up, right? So I'm going with the Patriots O-line. This playoffs, Drake May has been under a insurmountable pressure. Like, he's been under crazy pressure. Guys, he's been sacked 15 times in the playoffs. 15. That's an average of 5 per game. And guess what? He's been, you know how sometimes Jerrick and Rell, like, if you score, I'm trying to do small numbers so I can get it right. If you score 10 points, then you score 10 points. You score 5 points. You score 5 points, right? That's what, 30 points in 4 games. And now you average it out, it won't be like 10 or 5. You see what I'm saying? The average is going to be different, right? Because you take the numbers, you add them up, right? No. This man is getting 5 sacks a game based on average. He's literally been sacked 5 times a game. Against the Chargers, he got sacked 5 times. Against the Texans, sacked 5 times. Against the Broncos, sacked 5 times. So saying he gets sacked about 5 times a game, it's not like 4.6 or something. No, it's 5 times a game. They are getting to Drake May. So in this game, if they don't hold up, this can, I don't want to say it, but this could get ugly fast. And this could be one of them games where Sam Darnold ain't got to do much, because their offense can't do anything because their O-line can't block. So Sam Darnold chilling the whole entire game. right? The best way for this Patriots team to win is to be productive offensively and force Sam Darnold to be productive offensively. Force him to have to push the ball down the field a little bit, right? So I can't see them winning this game. The O line is not blocked. It's that simple. And I wouldn't say, and of course, you can say that about any game, right? The O line got a block, but I'm specifically saying it for them because their O line has been shaky throughout the entire playoffs. All right. And then on the Seahawks side, Rell said it. Sam Darnold. It's going to come down to that. I think that this, first of all, the Patriots' run defense is the best aspect of their defense. They don't allow running backs to get off on them, right? So, Jerry, you made a good point bringing up Kenneth Walker, because if they can get the run game going, that's going to make things easier for Sam Darnold. But I don't think they will get the run game going because the Patriots are really good at run defense. So I think Sam Darnold's going to have to put the ball in the air and make plays. And that's what it's going to come down to. Sam, are you going to be the Sam you've been the past 2 weeks? Well, last week, really. Or are you going to be the Sam that of old? Rell told me that he's never gone, 3 straight games without a pick? Something
Facts.
like that? Or
This is
so
facts.
so
Facts.
so Rell said he's due. And if Sam Darnold start turning the ball over, then that's gonna be problematic. But if he can play a clean game, push the ball down the field a little bit, I think they'll be just fine in this game. So to me, Sam Darnold and the Patriots O-line are the two biggest X factors in this game. All right. But I like y'all's X factors as well.
Yo, they
All
finna
good
like
picks.
and sub and leave a comment down below. Yo.